Hello, and thank you so much for joining me on the Marketing Reef Facebook Live show. I'm your host, Karen Bartle. This is the show that helps business owners get more customers. We have featured guests who share what marketing tactics work for them in their business. Sit back, take a break, and enjoy 15 glorious minutes of live marketing know-how. This is a show for business owners to help business owners get more customers. So my special guest who's going to be featured on the show today is Louise Williams. And now Louise is a personal branding and creativity expert, passionate about helping people get the best from their headshots. So today we'll be talking with Louise about the psychology of a headshot and how it attracts attention, motivates connections, it starts conversations, and it grows your credibility as an expert. So come on in. Welcome to the show, Louise. How are you?
Hello. Thank you for having me.
You're very welcome, and it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure to have you on the show. So today I just introduced you as a branding and creativity expert. So tell us a little bit more about where you are and some of the things you get up to doing that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Well, I'm in Brisbane, sunny Brisbane, Queensland.
Awesome.
I have my own studio here. I'm not your typical photographer. Most people will hear that I'm an expert in personal branding, and I'll say I'm a photographer, and they'll go, "Oh, I know a photographer," and I'll say, "No, you don't know me." And I have to be forward like that because I need people to be able to understand what it is that I do differently. So I used to be a psychologist in a past life, also a primary school teacher. So I've worked with lots of different people and lots of different personal brands throughout the years. So
you had a very incredibly colourful life of all kinds.
Yeah, absolutely.
So right now, today, we're going to be talking about marketing, how people can get better with the marketing and things they can do, tactics they can do to increase engagement or increase custom. So today we're talking particularly about the headshot and the psychology of the headshot and what it actually does for us. So tell us a little bit more about that.
Well, I think the headshot is underrated. I think, a lot of people liken going to see a photographer as like going to see a dentist. And I can even relate to that because I did my own photos the couple of weekends ago, some updated photos, and it was nerve-wracking. And so I think a lot of people, it's a bit of an afterthought. They kind of, ring someone up and say, "I just need a headshot for this sort of situation." And so they end up with this very quick headshot of themselves, and they hope as a strategy that it's going to give them the cut through. And to be honest, headshots can work with you just the same as like a video, like the videos we're doing here. Like this is about getting cut through, and you should use photos to your advantage. And I see people who use their headshots or they use stock images, and that's not really showing people who you are. And the way I see the psychology of a headshot is that you have to have three things as part of the headshot. And so when you're going to see a photographer, I want you to start to think about, what you can do in preparation for your headshot so that you're not just turning up and plonking yourself down on a chair somewhere or standing kind of awkwardly in front of a camera and hoping that it works. And so the three things are: you need clarity, you need mindset, and you need presence. So clarity comes down to who you are. So if you are, if you're in corporate, for instance, or if you're in a very conservative business, but you're actually quite vivacious and you're quite out there and you're bubbly and you're a connector, then show that. Don't be scared to show that in a headshot. A lot of people assume that, we've got to be likable in a headshot. Well, you do. You don't want to look like some menacing person who's trying to, attack everyone, but you need to look the way that you come across in real life.
And it's interesting, Louise, isn't it? How You only have a really small space with a headshot. Seriously, I mean,
Yes.
it's less than a quarter of your body, right? And you only have a very small
Absolutely.
space. But how you can express yourself, just in
Yes.
that small space is incredible, right?
Yes. Yes. And a lot of people don't take up the space. I was photographing a woman the other day who, an older lady who, and I photograph a lot of older men and women mostly because they're more willing to be a bit more out there and a bit more fun. That's not always the case, but most of the time. And she was
well, they
saying
do
to me,
with you anyway. They do with you.
They do with me anyway. Yeah, that's right. And so she was saying to me, I feel like I'm always held back. I feel like I'm always, and so was watching her body language, and she was very closed in even. So when I was taking a photo of her, there was all this space around her, and I thought, she's not taking up any space. She's not taking up, she's not owning her space energetically or physically.
Sure.
So I use music. I know a lot of photographers use music, but I dance with them. I actually put the camera down and we will do dags together. So you've got to get out of your head, and that's the second one.
Loosen things up a bit. Yeah,
absolutely,
sure.
Yeah. And so if you don't do that, you're going to end up being like she was at the start of the session, where she was very closed in. You could feel the tension in her shoulders. You could feel tension in her neck,
and you can see that tension, can't you, in people's faces? You can see in your eyes whether you're scared or whether you're enjoying it, and it's important to demonstrate that it, because that's going to be forever, until you change your next, right?
Totally. And I will often, and part of my process is that I get people to think about their 18-month vision of where they're headed. So a lot of people do this planning naturally in their business anyway. And so I'll get to talk to them about that in the context of their photos, because I want to take photos of them as they would be in 18 months time, because then they can grow
that's awesome. Yeah, that's good.
And what that requires is that your energy, your body language, the state of how you are in the moment has to be ramped up, has to be amplified even more. So don't go into a photographer's space and just go, what am I doing?
Do your stuff. I'll just sit here being scared to death, right?
Don't do that. Get present, get into it.
Awesome. That is awesome. Good
and
stuff.
That's the third one, is presence. So if you don't have presence, and I will often say to clients, I don't know whether you've noticed this, Karen, but even photos on your camera, you'll notice that if you don't have a lot of makeup on, or you're not really showing a full expression, you kind of look a little bit, I can sometimes look a little bit flat. I look a little bit like, you've just gotten out of bed or something. And so I will say to people, you have to have more makeup than you would normally, and you have to have your energy in your body more intensified than normally, because the camera has this tendency of flattening what's going on in you.
That's right. That's the one thing that I recognized when I had mine done. My last one's done, was how much makeup I had to have on because of the lights and and all that. And at first it felt a bit weird. I have to admit, it felt a little bit weird, but luckily I'd got a couple of people there that were helping me to relax into it and to enjoy it, rather than it might not naturally feel good, but you soon forget about that when you've got a great photographer. You soon forget it, because you lose yourself. You're not with yourself anymore. You're thinking, you're following their guidelines, you're loosening up, you think you're enjoying it, rather than being frightened of that camera, right?
Yeah. And the only other thing I would say is I see a lot of people, and I don't think your headshots does this, so hope it doesn't. But
well, I can learn if it does. I'm happy to learn. Tell me, does it?
The only thing I do notice a lot of people doing is putting their hands up to their face when they get a headshot. And I know that this happens because we're trying to be confident. We're trying to relax and use our hands to kind of distract ourselves a little bit and show some interest. But my challenge to you would be, when you get a headshot next, don't use your hands near your face. Get them away from your face. Put them down closer towards where you would speak normally, because you don't walk around at a networking event going, "Hi, how you going?"
Not usually, no.
It'd be kind of awkward. So use the opportunity to get your face actually fully expressed to the camera, and really get into the smile rather than just a forced smile.
Yeah, I think what I did, or what my photographer did, she did a range of them because I didn't quite know what I wanted when I went in there. I knew how I wanted to present myself, and the mindset and having clarity of that. But I think the presence was missing a little bit because I didn't really feel comfortable. No matter how extra or how kind of bubbly you are, it still feels very different when you're in front of a camera.
I have some people who say they're extroverts, and they say to me in the Ignite session that I do with people well before the shoot, when I'm getting to know them and understand them, they'll say to me, "I'm fine, Louise, I'll be fine in front of the camera." And then the camera comes out at the photo shoot and they just kind of look at me.
It's like, it's like this is
extroverted or introverted.
Yeah, it's that thing about the camera never lies. It's kind of, once you've got this done, this is it. What's and all,
Exactly.
Yeah. So it can be very nerve-wracking. But I really agree with you how your headshot can make such the difference to getting people to inviting people actually to want to connect with you. And how it gives you a presence on your profiles.
Absolutely. I see it all the time. When my clients put up their photos, I see this stream of conversation that starts to take place. And it's with people that they haven't connected with in ages. Meetings start getting, suggested, and people start to connect. And I guess you really have to create a photograph of yourself that prompts and gets people off the fence.
Sure.
A lot of our headshots can look like they're kind of neutral, and we're trying to appeal to everybody. And you and I both know, Karen, that the touch points nowadays are ever expanding, and we're getting more and more touch points that we need. So you need to get that cut through from the get-go. And if you don't, then you have to work so much harder. And I think the biggest issue is that people struggle reading people who are too neutral.
Sure.
And so when you're neutral in your photograph, then people have to go and trawl through your website. They have to read all your content. They have to listen to more videos. They have to be convinced more. Whereas if you can take the effort right at the start with your photographs and be visible, be more expressed than what you would normally be, I think you might be pleasantly surprised. It will be scary, but I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. So,
well, I think it makes an instant connection. It either is you do or you don't. You do or you don't like it. Whereas, and we don't have time these days to troll through everybody's news. I give it about 2 or 3 seconds when somebody wants to invite me to connect with them, and because I'm a very visual person, as you can see, I like visual things.
I love your background.
That is the first thing I look at, is their photograph, and if it's a picture of a dog, I think no chance. I'm not interested in dogs. I love them when somebody else has got them, but I don't want to connect with the dog. I'm sorry.
Totally.
I want to connect with the person. I want eyes, meet eyes. That's what I want. And I want it to look like they've made an effort.
Absolutely. I photographed a lady the other day who is an auditor, and we did the photos that she needs for her speaking and working with auditors and that sort of thing. So really strong shots, but we did a fun one at the end with her with a Wonder Woman shirt underneath her one of her jackets. And so we're having her like opening it up, and we're like, because her personality is very vibrant like that. And I posted it on LinkedIn, and numerous people commented, and then another person said, I want to work for her. Like, she looks like she would be fun.
Yes,
so someone who doesn't know my client at all, but instantly connected. So,
yes,
you've only got those couple of seconds, so make it count.
Make it count. Great words of advice. Yeah, absolutely. I can't agree more with you. It's been awesome having you on the show. We've used about 15 minutes already, and wow, that went so fast. I could talk to you all day about this. I just think it's such a special thing to have a great picture that you are proud of, that you can flaunt everywhere and not hide behind a dog.
Yes, or a photo of you at your son's wedding or something where you've cropped it out.
That's
and
right.
The shoulder of somebody else just sitting on the corner.
Yes. No. So please tell us how people can get hold of you, Louise, and enjoy your fun.
Well, they can get in contact with me. I'm on Facebook, I'm on LinkedIn, a fair bit, and I'm on Instagram. So you'll find me through Louise Williams, Unleash, I think it's Unleash, Dare to Unleash it's called. And I've also got my website that you can have a look. And you're also welcome to have a quick phone call with me. I love talking to people, as you can tell, talking to Karen. And I'd love to chat with you, even if it's just to find out what your plans are.
Thank you so much for joining us on the Marketing Reef Get More Customers Facebook Live show today. It's been awesome to have you here. If you enjoyed the show, do let us know by leaving a comment, a like, and share it out to your network. Until next time, bye for now.